the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Chicago Bulls up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Checking out Oklahoma City, their start of the season can only be described as outstanding. Fans and the coaching staff and the players, too, have to be pleased with how their team and overall gameplay has been coming together. And so for Kevin Durant, so many years in Oklahoma City, and I mean, this has been his franchise since he's come into the league in Seattle and OKC. Free agency at the end of the season. Shaq, if you're in his shoes, what sort of things are you considering right now?
Well, he's the biggest player to hit unrestricted free agency since LeBron's decision. So my question to him is when, where, and who?
Yeah, well, it's a tough decision because everyone wants him. Who doesn't want that guy? But, you know, he's going to look at how he looks like a loyal guy, and they have put a lot and invested a lot of in him in Oklahoma City. So, you know, my odds are that they have the first dibs at him.
That does it for us. Kevin Harlan with the call, and we'll see you later on.
We're live, the home of the Chicago Bulls, the United Center. The Bulls happy to return to Chicago after the road trip. They've definitely started the season right with a hot start.
This is the start of a brief homestand for them, but they may have a chance here, Kevin, to get some wins in front of their home fans before they head back out on the road.
And because you never know what's going to happen on that next road trip, it's much easier to control your own fate on a short homestand.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for Oklahoma City right now, inside you've got Ibaka and Kanter. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2, and it's Durant in at the 3 spot. Love outside. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Love's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. I've been watching Kevin Love. He can do everything on the offensive end, Clark. He's been that way really his entire career, going back to high school.
Yeah, his game is low to the ground, too. No explosive moves or dunks. He takes you on and beats you with skill. Good footwork, smooth shot, sharp passer, and an excellent IQ.
Here's Flash. The Thunder making the shot. He's looking for Love and finds him. Launches it. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
And Waiters kicks to Westbrook. It's deflected. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Pass to Big Dog. From deep. That's good. Big Dog's got 6.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Now here's Waiters, guarded closely. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He has 5.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go. 4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Oklahoma City comes into this one after the win against the Raptors.
And with the type of defense they played that day, they were able to cause a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, and causing a lot of turnovers, Greg, as you well know, means cashing in on those opportunities, which really can put a team in a bad way in a hurry.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Here's Flash. He's covered by Westbrook. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Chicago ball. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
The other thing they've had going for them tonight is their passing. I mean, doing a nice job. Plenty of their points early on coming off assists.
On the free throw, no good. Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, actually excellent talent to make it special, and that combination is a winning one.
Impressive start here. That's 5 straight makes to start the game.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Hey, Kev, I caught up with Coach Billy Donovan. He said they've really got their work cut out for them dealing with a player like Kevin Love, saying he's a 25 points per game scorer and can just dominate the glass. Defensively, you just can never leave him open. No open shots, get a body on him the second a shot goes up. He knows it's easier said than done, but guys, that's the game plan.
And thanks for that story, Doris.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register 1 win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
Shots good by Waiters.
This quarter has brought out the best in him, fellas. Even though they're still trailing, he's been impossible to contain.
Here's Flash. He's covered by Westbrook. Another 3 for Chicago.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
That's good.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
The Bulls leading by 7. Inside, here's Mirotic. Nice D from Durant.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Westbrook dishes to Ibaka. Another miss by Ibaka. For Chicago, they've gone 7 of 8 from the field to start the game. Very hot shooting. Pass to Mirotic. Fades and shoots. It's Chicago with another bucket.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City. When you look back on the Thunder last season, and the theme was injuries. Too many injuries to the bulk of their core.
And, you know, the big 3, Durant, Westbrook, and Ibaka, all missed significant time. Only Westbrook of those 3 was able to finish the season.
Thunder trailing by 9.
And listen, those injuries really did the Thunder in. I mean, at no time during the season did they ever really get a chance to gel and play any stretch of games with their entire roster.
That's good.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Clark, shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
And Durant gets it to go.
You know, every franchise will have a year that is just lost to injuries. I mean, it happens. The hard part of it for the Thunder is that it happened while so many of their stars are in their prime.
Here's Flash. He had 25 points in the win against Charlotte.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
So for the Bulls, Brandon Bass is checked in for Tariq Black. Gibson comes in for Kevin Love. And it's Clarkson in for Mirotic. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Adams, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. McGarry comes in for Serge Ibaka. Anthony Morrow's checked in for Waiters. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, you know, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
And so here is Chicago after Oklahoma City gets the three.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And to battle back, they've got to shore up the defense. I mean, there's no other way to come back from a deficit unless you play good defense.
From deep, Morrow. Chicago grabs the miss. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And really an emphatic win for them, especially considering that it came in an opponent's building, and there's no question it was their offense that carried them.
I love the way they went and got this game, Greg. I mean, they attacked at every opportunity, never relaxed or sat back, and as a result, they eventually pulled away.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
When that happens, you simply just hope they start cooling off.
McGarry kicks to Adams, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot two. Kiwi Steven Adams, one of the toughest players down on the block.
And Kevin Adams is not afraid to get under somebody's skin. He's pretty strong defensively, too.
And, you know, guys, that's one of the things I like about Adams. I mean, he'll draw the ire of opposing players just because of how he approaches the game. Yeah, and guys, Adams doesn't want to be known as a dirty player. I mean, I think he feels he plays aggressive and he hustles, and that sometimes rubs players the wrong way.
That one misses. Last year, the Thunder were in a playoff battle all season, Clark. Their road record of 16-24, a big part of why they didn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, when you're dealing with the kinds of injuries the Thunder had last year, it's impossible to be your best, and grinding out road wins is that much tougher.
That's good.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
And really with the Thunder and their road problems last season, both Phoenix and New Orleans had better road records than they did. And had the Thunder been tougher on the road, no doubt they would have made it in.
You know, the Thunder had road trouble right out of the gate last season, guys. Only had one road win in their first 9 road games. They also had 4 different instances of 4 or more game road losing streaks last season.
Here is Augustine. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Toronto.
And don't forget about his playmaking in that game either. I mean, he did a great job of attacking the D and creating opportunities for both himself and his teammates. Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
And that one's good.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Morrow kicks to Augustine. McGarry passes to Durant to the paint. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
So he comes up empty. missing both.
And for long stretches of the season, the Thunder, they had a short bench early on due to injury and just having a short rotation. They did change things up, though, as they went through that regular season.
Gibson, but they recover it. Here's Big Dog, cannot hit. So the Thunder will take it the other way. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Morrow dishes to Augustine, and he banks in the layup.
They've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball into the paint.
Clearly, they've been the aggressors thus far when it comes to attacking the interior in this first half.
Count the bucket. And it's 9 points for Flash.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
Here's McGarry, and Gibson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Bulls lead by 16. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Kevin Durant, former MVP, still feels like he has room to grow, and he gives us some insight into that philosophy.
I think it's another level I can go to. You know, always can be better. That's how I look at things. Teammates need me more than ever now. Coaches need more from me, so I got to dig deep and see where I can find it from.
Well, the will seems to be there, Greg, but Kevin Durant seems surrounded by uncertainty. Can he get back and stay healthy for the entire season? How does he work with his new coach? Where does he really want to be?
You know, the truth is, no one but Kevin knows the answers to those questions. And quite frankly, he may not know right now what those answers are. He's a very unique and introspective kind of guy, as we all saw when he accepted that MVP award a couple years ago. So let's just stay tuned on this one.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And the Bulls guys have been rolling right along, haven't they?
This has been a shooting drill thus far.
Warm-up jumpers because there hasn't been much resistance.
Big Dog is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Nikola Mirotic. Then it's Julius Randle. And it's Black in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
A lot of ferocious dunkers in the NBA, but what could you say about Westbrook as maybe the top dunker right now on that list?
Well, the ferocity, the tenacity. I mean, he's almost angry when he takes it to the basket the way he does. I think that's part of what makes him so special.
And so here is Oklahoma City after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. There's a screen by Cantor. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back. No good with the layup.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And, you know, with Westbrook, it fits right in with how he plays. I mean, he is relentless when he goes at the rim and takes out any contact he felt on the way to get there. And one last note, guys, about Westbrook. He dunks on purpose. I mean, last season he said that he dunks so hard to discourage any defender from blocking his shot or even contesting it.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City.
You know what? I think he thinks he can make a few improvements to how things are going on right now.
Yeah, and you know, coaches always are looking for ways to tweak things and change it up a little bit, no matter what the situation is. That's what coaches do.
Kevin Love's checked in for Randall. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Kicks it to Morrow. Now here's Waiters. He's tightly guarded. Westbrook wide open. He fires. And again, Oklahoma City no good. To the middle. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Now here's Westbrook. An 11-point game for him in the win against Toronto.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
The Bulls leading by 21. Passes it to Mirotic. Dishes to Clarkson. Love at the elbow. Serge Ibaka with the rebound.
Guys, the Bulls defense was as stout as ever last season. A big part of that is they have guys that challenge you inside and at the rim. Even off the bench, all of their bigs are mobile and protect the basket.
The Bulls have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. There's the pass to Big Dog. Fades and shoots. Hits some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. And that's 13 points for Nikola Mirotic. Thunder trailing by 21. And Waiters has it in the corner. Good. A nice assist from Westbrook. Westbrook's got his 4th assist in this one.
And that gets him going here in the second after hitting 2 from long range in that first.
Now, here's Clarkson. Now the dish to Mirotic. The 3. And the Bulls another 3.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Outside Westbrook. Screened by Ibaka. Westbrook passes to Waiters. Here's Morrow. And that's collected by Love. And here's Clarkson. To the inside. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
And for Kevin Love, such a big part of that Minnesota Timberwolves franchise. I mean, they drafted him 5th overall back in 08. And really, he had been their catalyst his entire career. Even last year when he decided he finally wanted out, he helped the Wolves land Andrew Wiggins in the trade that shook the league.
And he knocks down the first one. Well, Kevin Love, and we've kind of gone over some things in Minnesota with Greg, but Clark, Kevin Love probably wasn't long for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, it was time for fresh scenery, and that's why the Cavs offered up the house, including Wiggins, who eventually became Rookie of the Year, for the chance to get Love.
That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. Well, it was a season last year of heartbreak and change for the Thunder, narrowly missing the playoffs as the Pelicans beat them out for that 8th position.
Yeah, and they were teetering back and forth on that 8th spot for most of the year. Ultimately, they just couldn't hold on to that final playoff spot.
McGarry, no luck.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Here's Flash. He's got 9. Bass with the screen. And Flash gets it to go. Flash has got 11 points.
Guys, for the Thunder, that playoff miss was the first time they didn't make the postseason since their first year in Oklahoma. Fans had really been spoiled with how successful the Thunder have been of late.
Now here is Augustine. That's short off the rim.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
And the Western playoffs it seemed a bit of miss without having the Thunder involved. Westbrook, I tell you what, he did everything he could to try and carry that injured group into the postseason last year, but it just wasn't to be.
Oklahoma City's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Westbrook drives in, and there's the foul. And it's on Brandon Bass. That's his third foul of the game.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his third.
Bulls making a switch here. Gibson's checked in. Here's Durant on target from 13 feet. Durant's got his second bucket tonight. So it's Chicago now, and going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
And really, this is a team that expects to beat everyone when they step on the floor, but they were only able to split the series last year.
And you look at how they match up. Certainly you could see them losing, but you would still expect them to come away with 2 wins.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Greg, how about DJ Augustine on the roller coaster ride last season, beginning in Detroit, ending up in a very creditable position with the Oklahoma City Thunder?
And a lot of that was because Jennings was so inconsistent for Stan Van Gundy last year, even so much so that he started starting Augustine, and this was just a small part of the turmoil for Detroit last season.
So back to DJ Augustine. It's the middle of last year, and he and Jennings are practically splitting time at the point. Then Jennings goes down with an Achilles injury, and it looks like Augustine will take over full-time duty. Nope, the Pistons trade Augustine to Oklahoma City for Reggie Jackson.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Yeah, I mean, test the hot hand. You're exactly right. I say let those triples fly.
You know, one thing about the Augustine-Jackson trade last year, it didn't help either the Thunder or the Pistons make the playoffs. It's just so hard to integrate a new player into your system that far into the season, especially when that player is a point guard. So a wild ride for Augustine.
Julius Randle's checked in for Chicago.
Julius Randle.
.56 seconds left to play here in the half. And Durant gets it to go.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Here's Flash, guarded by Augustine. Here's Booth. And it's off from three-point range.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And Augustine kicks to McGarry. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lets it go from the wing. Another one falls for Chicago.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Now here's Westbrook. He's guarded closely. They set the pick. Trying to find Durant. He's got it now. Lots of room. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Durant's got 9 points now in the quarter. Here's Flash. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. It's the Bulls running away with it. From the United Center in Chicago. Back in a moment.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. Chicago came ready to play. They didn't wait long to put together a 9-2 run. They were making a lot of tough plays look easy. From their first bucket of the game to the end of the first quarter, they held on to that lead with an iron fist, never once giving it up. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. And Kenny, what did you think about what you saw from Chicago?
Well, we have to talk about the unbelievable job they've done rebounding the basketball. They've sent bodies flying to the boards on every possession. They've been a stronger, quicker, tougher team by a wide margin. And it's that dominance on the glass that's going to win them this game.
And big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Thunder.
Well, with the way they struggled to defend the three-point line, it started to look like warm-up drills. They cannot be afraid to bring more defenders out high. They got to make life tougher on those outside shooters.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. And you know, Big Dog has been really making it happen, guys.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Trailing by 20, and on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. Durant the 3 and Ibaka the 4. Westbrook the point with Waiters at the 2, and it's Cantor in at the 5, roaming the paint. The Bulls shooting has been wild, 76%. That's just unbelievable. Chicago was as strong as they would have hoped for last season at home in the United Center. A lot of big wins for them here.
Yeah, and despite all the injuries, they go 27-14 at home, and that helped to assure them of home court in the first round of the playoffs.
Shot clock at 2. Booth hits it from three-point range. Flash has got 18 points.
I mean, he was great in his last game, Clark, and clearly he has not lost that love and feeling.
Westbrook dishes to Waiters. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Booth, and Durant sends it back. Waiters passes to Durant. Back to Waiters. Outside Durant. They get it back. Westbrook, no good.
And the shots just continue to say no in terms of falling.
It's a pick by Love. And there's the feed to Black. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
You know, you look back on the Bulls' record last year with 27 home wins. That's pretty solid. Same exact total as they had the year before. They haven't gone below 500 at home since 2008.
And a big part of why the Bulls are tough at home is this crowd. I mean, sold out every game last season. Led the league in total attendance for 6 straight seasons, averaging over 21,000 fans per game.
And that one misses.
You know, and Billy Donovan, the Oklahoma City Thunder, were able to pull him away from the college game last season, signed him to a 5-year deal in the middle of last year's playoffs.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half. And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
And the Bulls making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. Westbrook with the steal. And now the fast break. Westbrook with the ball. It's blocked.
Yeah, the offense scuffling a bit to start this second half. Only 1 for the first 5.
And Flash gets it to go. And for Billy Donovan, we were talking about him. He had been with Florida for so long, the Gator program built by him. It'll be a big change. He had been thinking about it, though, before. He almost took, remember that, Greg, the Magic job back in 2007?
You know, there was a change of heart for him with the Orlando gig, and Donovan's done nothing but win at Florida, and he'll have that same pressure to succeed with the high expectations with the Thunder.
Brandon Bass is checked in for Kevin Love.
Brandon Bass.
And we're just around 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Here's Durant and the powerful one-handed slam.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screen play. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
It's deflected.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Oklahoma City's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Waiters gets a wide-open look. That 3 off the mark. And the Bulls with possession. A big stretch here going 10-2. Pass to Flash. He kicks it to Clarkson. Clock at 6. Here's Booth. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And it's all one-way traffic tonight, boy. They have been lights out offensively.
And there's no telling how big that lead's going to get. But, again, it's just one game, but nonetheless a very impressive one, the way they've handled their business here.
Well, you knew something was amiss with Durant last year. They eventually shut him down for the entire season after he was injured, which was the safe thing to do, and, Greg, the right thing to do.
Absolutely. When you have a franchise player trying to work back from injury, no need to try and get a few more games from him at the risk of derailing his career.
Chicago with the ball after Dion Waiters' miss. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Bulls shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
At the line for the Bulls, 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. A different look for Oklahoma City. Morrow comes in for Waiters. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Russell Westbrook. That one is no good.
And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Here's Flash following the score by Oklahoma City. Here's Durant. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
What a performance from Durant here. He's got 13 points and a pair of blocks to go along with those.
And he's been standing tall when they needed him.
And with the HGH testing, it's done in every major sport. Seems like the right thing to do for the NBA. Just make sure everyone is on a level playing field, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the punishment will be fair. First positive gets you a 20-game ban. The second one, 45. They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Ibaka, wide open, he fires. Drills the elbow jumper. Ibaka's got his 2nd basket of the night.
And a lot of teams avoid the mid-range jumper, but they seem to be using it well.
I love that mid-range shot, Greg. It's definitely given the defender something extra to think about.
Mirotich's shot is off. Oklahoma City has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Durant in the corner, all sorts of time, and good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Flash. 26 points for him. Can he keep it going? And that one's good. Flash has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Now Augustine. He's got 6. He dishes it to Durant. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Black's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Bulls have had a great rebounding team for a long time now. Last season was no different.
Yeah, so many categories to measure how well a team rebounds. The Bulls were in the top 3 in almost all of them.
And here now the Thunder, after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Here's Augustine. Makes it off the glass. Augustine's got his 3rd basket of the night. And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
Okay, fans, now coming up the court are your level Bulls. Make some noise and cheer them on.
Some changes for Chicago. Randall's checked in for Tarek Black. Love comes in for Mirotic. And it's Big Dog in for Jordan Clarkson. McGarry's checked in for Oklahoma City. Chicago's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Love the pass to Big Dog. Here's Flash. 5 on the clock. Here's Big Dog. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
And Augustine kicks to McGarry. Puts up the baby hook. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And there's the call. Chicago the foul. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Both good from the line that time.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Here's Flash. He has 30.
Jump ball.
And here now the Thunder. Now here is Augustine. He's tightly guarded. Six to shoot. Now the feed to McGarry. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got 5 assists tonight. Here's Flash. Kicks it out to Gibson. McGarry with the steal. Here's Durant. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
And Chicago has possession. The wide open look for Love. Hits it from 3-point range. Love's got 9 points.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the 3-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the 3-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
Here's Durant. That's tipped, and they get it back.
Mitch McGarry.
6 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Booth. Buried from outside. But I don't know. I think we may see a review here. That was pretty close. Well, we thought the third quarter was over, but it turns out the officials are going to review the play to see if he released the ball before the buzzer.
And the NBA Replay Center in Secaucus is queuing it up, and even before we look at the replay, I'm pretty sure he got that off in time.
Yeah, that's how it looked to me, and that's the call we should see here, but no harm in going back to the footage and making absolutely certain.
And they've taken a look at it, and they've overturned the call. They've overturned the call. They're calling the basket good, Greg.
Yeah, and that's why we have replay. I mean, to make sure the officials don't miss any calls. And really, a good job to take the second look at it. Would have been a shame if they'd been cheated out of those points.
Welcome back. Fourth quarter action starting up in what has been a one-sided show.
Not even a little bit. Oh, Lord. Know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf.
The Bulls shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. They've got Clarkson, Randall out there with Brandon Bass. Then it's McDermott, and it's Snell in at the 2. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Bass, again Chicago. Now here's Payne. He feeds it to McGarry. Here's the screen. Here's Roberson. He's covered by Clarkson. 6 to shoot. Here's McGarry, and that one off the back of the rim and in. And Chicago has possession. Clarkson with the ball. At the elbow, Randall. Just his first attempt, and it's sent back by McGarry. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Payne gets a wide open look. His three-pointers off the mark. Clarkson dishes to Bass, and he jams it with authority.
You know, there are a lot of bigger power forwards than him in the NBA, but very few that rise up like he can.
Now here's Payne. He's covered by Clarkson. McGarry, no luck. The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. Feeds to Bass. It's tipped. It's taken away by Collison. Singler passes to McGarry. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. McGarry's got 10 points in just the second half. McGarry's gone a nice 5 of 8 shooting from the floor. Clarkson kicks to Snell. McDermott dishes to Clarkson. Another 3 for Chicago.
The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
And here's Payne. Here's McGarry. Rebounded by Snell.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Clarkson kicks to Snell. Got a hand on it. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Payne's shot is good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Snell from outside, and the Bulls another 3.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
Payne kicks to McGarry. Poked away. Randall brings the double team. Good chance here for Payne. They get the rebound. Here's McGarry, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
And, guys, isn't it great to see a player who works that hard on the glass at both ends?
Well said, G. That's the way he has built, his reputation. Clark grinding away, 100% effort all the time.
And, Kevin, all that effort pays off. How many of those spectacular putback jams do we see from this guy? A bunch.
Now here's Payne. He's covered by Clarkson. Payne kicks to McGarry. Rebounded by McDermott.
Great-looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
Yeah, it really turned it from a simple, straightforward look into a very difficult shot. Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
From deep, here's McGarry, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Into the playoffs last year, with Portland being a division winner, but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams, like it did last year, who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward.
And he knocks down the first one.
And, for Brandon Bass, such a big asset to Boston last year, and they're pushed to make the playoffs, especially after the Celtics had traded away several key veterans. His toughness, his strong mid-range game, that all helped.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Gordon comes in for Tony Snell. And then for Oklahoma City, Adams, he's checked in for Collison. Morrow comes in for Andre Robertson. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Payne. And so he makes both from the line. And going back to Brandon Bass, he was Boston's only enforcer down low once Sullinger went out with the broken foot. At that point, Greg, no one thought the Celtics would make the playoffs, but Bass helped push them in.
And last season, one of the most meaningful in Bass's career in terms of his contributions really counting toward the bottom line. A lifetime role player, the outcomes of many games last year were swayed by how well he performed.
Gordon outside. Shot's good.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Pass to Morrow. 3-pointer. That one goes. Count it.
And they're just raining threes on both ends.
Boy, I love the answer. You come at me with the 3, I'm coming right back with my own triple.
Clarkson passes to Gordon. And it's Chicago scoring again.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. Good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint.
Clarkson dishes to McDermott. Here's Clarkson. Kicks to Bass. Clock at 6. Connects on the foul line jumper.
No misses for him yet in this quarter. Solid as a rock.
1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. Now Augustine.
Remember, for a long time, flopping was like the #1 concern in the NBA. I mean, it still happens a lot, but the rules have curbed it quite a bit. We have seen less and less flopping the last few years. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for him, too. A game to remember, and On the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And I like what they've done here. Made the plays they had to. That's why they'll be going up 1-0 in their season series against the Thunder.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Flash. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
And Bass kicks to McDermott. Again, Chicago.
Well, if it wasn't out of reach, it is now, thanks to that last little spurt.
And why put the brakes on now? I just say keep on letting it fly.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Augustine passes to McGarrett. Uses both hands to slam it down.
Great pass that time by DJ Augustine.
Passes to Bass. Goes up to the stripe, and it's blocked by Adams. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
Yeah, they were the superior team in every department, in every category to me, Kevin. I know their fans loved it and appreciated it.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Kevin, in a game like tonight, what sort of elements of your identity and confidence are confirmed by getting this type of win?
That we can fight through it and beat any team in the league if we're playing well. So for us to get this win here, our 6 man is our crowd. They've been great. They packed the house tonight, and we got a big win against a team that's right up there with the top teams in the league.
The crowd enjoyed it, and we did too. Kevin, thanks for your time. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. He had an outstanding third quarter. Whatever they needed in terms of energy and offense, he was the firepower that propelled them during the second half.
I don't know if there's a fan base that loves their star more than this crowd. Wow. I'm getting jealous. He feeds off that support. Once they got behind him, he became unstoppable, man.
I can't imagine a player having a better night from the field than he had tonight. His shooting percentage was off the charts. He used every trick in the book to get those high percentage shots. He shot from every direction, and there was a little bit of luck here and there, but he was on fire.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.